Attention all Guardians. Last night we detected a seismic disturbance on the moon. Within hours it was swarming with Hive. This plague must not be allowed to spread. The Hive pour onto the surface of our moon from the Keep. That is where our disturbance originated. We will investigate, but first we must regain a lunar foothold. For some of you, this is all too familiar. But do not let the atrocities of Crota haunt you. Whatever this is, we will not let the tragedies of our past repeat themselves.
The Hive appear to be retreating. Commander, these Hive are erratic, scattered.
They lack leadership. Crota's death left a void they have yet to fill. But the disturbance seems to have emboldened them. They must be stopped.
We're on it. Hive are coming from that portal up ahead. Let's shut it down. The Shrieker's vulnerable. Now's our chance. The portal is down, Commander.
Good work, Guardians. Thanks to you, we'll have an LZ up and running soon. In the meantime, press on towards the Keep.
Guardian, there's no time to lose.
Ikora?
This disturbance, I know what triggered it. Who triggered it? Eris Morn.
Eris is back on the moon?
Last I heard from her, she was headed into the Keep. I don't even know if she's still...
We'll find her. Alive.
Before we can gain access to the Keep, you'll need to clear the surrounding area. Assistance is on its way.
Commander, was the Vanguard aware of the Hive's activity on the moon before the disturbance?
We've been closely monitoring their progress, but had not yet discovered the purpose of this Scarlet Keep.
The path is clear. Ready to head into the Scarlet Keep.
Eris came to me. She'd found evidence of something very old on the moon. A potential threat to humanity. Eris insisted on going alone. Just a scouting mission, she said. And I let her. Eris is resilient. She's proven that again and again. Often to her own detriment.
If anybody can take care of themselves, it's Eris Morn. Ikora? We've lost her signal. That's strange. What was that? These Hive, they're not actually Hive. Their energy signature is entirely unfamiliar. The source of our disturbance should be right around here. That's one of those pyramids. It can't be. That should not be here. Eris must have gone inside. Something's wrong. I feel strange. Like someone or something is invading my light. That thing across the way. What is that? There's some sort of massive energy spike here. It's too heavy for us to pass through. Crota? But we killed him. He's regenerating? We can't move. We have to go now.
Guardian, come with me.
Eris Morn. What is that pyramid?
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity. Before us lies a dark remnant of their existence. Was it struck down by the Traveler? Left here on purpose? The truth is ours to discover.
Discover how?
We find a way inside. Ghaul. The fanatic. Crota. Like living nightmares, your past confronts you, Guardian. Old scars reopen around me as well. Phantoms of my friends return with a malice they never truly had. Every one of them, the twisted will of that looming pyramid. We must not let it distract us from our goal. Finding a way inside. Together we have conquered our enemies. We will do it again.
All right, Eris. Where to?
The pyramid's warding is only a temporary inconvenience. We must first understand how it works if we're to pass through it. For that, the Hive may provide answers. For eons they lived next to the pyramid, and now they've constructed that Scarlet Keep above it. Its existence was clearly no secret to them. Now that it's activated, strange congregations of Hive have begun to appear on the moon. There is undoubtedly a connection.
Then that's where we start. Eris, we found it. It appears to be a ritual of some kind.
We must learn its purpose. Do not be afraid to engage the Hive.
Eris, it's the nightmares. The Hive are trying to draw them in for the ritual.
How curious. For what purpose?
It's unclear, but they don't seem affected by the nightmares at all. Not like we are.
Fascinating. We must learn how they've achieved that. That's our key to finding a way beyond the pyramid's wall.
Eris? Those screams sounded familiar. Almost like Omnigul. We have to hurry.
Sai Mota screams as she did the day Omnigul tore her apart and silenced her forever. Our fates nearly intertwined today when a nightmare of Omnigul swept through camp. My survival was a gift granted by the essence you retrieved from the Crota nightmare. Were we to truly harness the power of this essence, it may provide aid in the fight against the nightmares and beyond, to the pyramid itself. It knows we're coming. I can sense it. And we will have the upper hand. In the depths of the Hellmouth, my very soul was shattered into pieces. It was all I could do to try and pick them up again. But some pieces, as you can see, required replacing. I must call upon one of them now, an ancient talisman imbued with the magic of the Hive. Without it, the true power of the nightmare essence could not be harnessed. Through their union, we take our first step toward unearthing the secrets of the pyramid. But it is only a step. Further essences require further hive magic, neither of which I possess. Acquire both, and our path to the pyramid should present itself. Blind devotion is a dangerous thing. But when it came to Crota, Omnigul knew no other way. She raised for him an army of hive and tore apart throngs of guardians. Omnigul left much suffering in her wake. Suffering the pyramid now uses against us. It expects us to fall to that which we have conquered. Not today.
Eris, the nightmare of Omnigul is taken care of. For now, anyway.
Did you retrieve any further essence?
We did. This time unique to this nightmare.
I see. Then we will uncover its secrets together. Until then, the Hive await you inside the Scarlet Keep. Let me know what you find within. Truth in action. Potent energies are radiating from the Scarlet Keep and its grand tower. Power as I've never felt. Foul rituals are doubtlessly underway inside. And if we're fortunate, the hive magic we need to create more armor.
Wait, is that? Eris, we've got eyes on a daughter of Crota.
It's Hashladun. It must be. Only she could be responsible for the Keep's emanations. She was presumed dead after Crota's fall. If she's alive, if she's here, the Hive's designs are dark indeed. Whatever rituals are underway in the tower must be stopped. And Hashladun must be eliminated.
The bridge is lowering. Let's move. There's Hashladun, falling back deeper into the keep. We've got her on the run.
It appears that way. But
what?
something is amiss. Continue your pursuit, Guardian. With caution. Do you feel it as I do, Guardian? A hatred as pure and potent as sunshine, soaking through your skin. Hashladun knows what you are, what you've done. She watched you cut through Crota, Oryx, Omnigul, and she is eager to return that pain.
She's certainly going through considerable effort to settle a grudge.
But vengeance can be quite soothing. We understand this as well as she does. It is beyond a mere grudge. They've been wounded in a way that cannot be healed.
Here she comes. Eris, it's over. Hashladun is dead.
This is a relief to hear. But Hashladun's presence is no coincidence. The Hive must have grander ambitions for the Pyramid's influences.
She had a tablet on her, one that describes a cryptoglyph. I have no record of such an item.
That is precisely the information we came here for. Return to me. There is much to discuss. The pyramid trembles under the weight of our progress. With every victory, we draw closer to conquering it. The spoils of Hashladun's death are twofold. We now know what the hidden swarm have been using to shield themselves from the nightmares, and where it lies. The cryptoglyph. If ever there was a more powerful set of runes the Hive used to conjure their magics, I have yet to learn of it. Of course, to acquire it, we must delve into horrific depths. Our cryptoglyph lies at the bottom of the Hellmouth.
The catacombs. Somewhere within that hive-infested labyrinth lies our cryptoglyph. If we hope to go beyond the pyramid's warding, we must retrieve it, but be warned. Those who enter the rotting depths of the catacombs often fail to return. In that tomb, light does not find a way.
That's our entrance. Over on the other side of the pit.
Never are the catacombs unmanned, as they play host to the most potent of Hive magics, including our cryptoglyph. We know not what the Hive plan to do with power as dangerous as this, but they must not find success. The dark rituals of the Hive pose a threat we can't currently afford to face. If their goals align with ours, it is of utmost importance they be halted immediately. It was within these depths that Crota and his brood stripped me of all that I cared for. My fire team. My friends. Only I remained, beaten and broken. The guilt of survival lingers. But you must not. Onward.
The pyramid. My light. It's happening again.
Focus. The pyramid distracts, nothing more. When you have the cryptoglyph in hand, I will teleport you out.
More phantoms, just like those haunting Eris. Faceless guardians watching us. They're nothing more than a distraction. That's the cryptoglyph. Grab it. Eris, we have the cryptoglyph. Teleport us out. Eris, are you there? Run.
Guardian.
We're here. Cryptoglyph and all.
I thought you'd... I'm sorry. The immense darkness of the pyramid kept me from you. But we must not waste time. With the cryptoglyph in hand, we stand a chance against the pyramid. Bring it here and let us make use of it.
I don't care. You reek of the Hellmouth. That armor will prove useful in the battles to come. But the pyramid demands greater power to enter it. 3 further pieces of armor. 3 more nightmares. These diseases torture the moon with their very presence. Send them back to the past where they belong, and in return they shall provide us with power.
had to see it with my own eyes. How long has it sat in silence, watching us?
Much too long.
I can't help but feel responsible for this, Eris. If I hadn't sent you here...
Your concern is noted, but my fate is my own responsibility. And we both know you didn't come here to apologize.
I came to tell you, you were right. It seems those responsible for our collapse are coming back.
You're all insufferable! Save your torment for someone who gives a damn!
Eris, the Vanguard is at your disposal.
Then, if you'll excuse us, Ikora, we have work to do.
Guardian. Whatever she needs.
Years ago, Taniks tore the Vanguard apart over a mere bounty. Andalbrask was murdered in cold blood, and the Hunter Vanguard was left without a leader. Taniks would ultimately die for this on the orders of Cade 6, but the scars he left among all Guardians would never fully heal. Once again, the Pyramid takes advantage of our collective pain. We will not succumb.
Taniks put up a fight, but we got him in the end, Eris.
Good. We draw closer to the Pyramid with every victory. Crota's brood had an appetite for destruction that knew no bounds. Thus, Fogoth, the Untamed, was created. To enact the will of evil upon all. Were he to have succeeded, we might not stand here today. Fogoth is fear incarnate. There's no nightmare more fitting for the Pyramid to bring forth, and no nightmare more fitting for you to slaughter.
That's the nightmare of Fogoth. Let's get it. The nightmare of Fogoth is no more, Eris.
And we grow stronger yet. We are all consumed by that which eats away at us. For Skolas, it was his own hubris. He pursued complete control over all houses of the Fallen. And through his misguided conquest, many perished. Skolas's memory serves as a permanent reminder of all the lives lost at the whim of a single Kell. No matter how hard the Pyramid may try, we will not cower.
Skolas nightmare, dead ahead. It's ours. Eris, Skolas has been taken care of.
Find me when you are ready.
Of all the things that haunt me, hesitation is not among them. Our world collapsed in pain and agony under the weight of these pyramids. What lies within? More of the same? It doesn't matter. We must know. The unknown can act as a siren that draws us in and swallows us whole. Please, do not let yourself be consumed.
Our fate lies ahead of us. That pyramid destroyed so many lives so long ago. Getting inside is paramount. We must find something, anything to help us prepare for their violent return. Remember to keep your wits about you. We do not know what tricks they may play within.
It's happening again. Like it's reaching inside me. The pyramid is waiting. It beckons us to come closer. Violence, beauty, truth. These things await inside. There's no turning back now. Welcome. We've been waiting. The Red War saw so many lives lost. Saw the light taken away so easily. In light, there is only weakness. The light abandoned Cade, left him for dead, and kept him from being saved. One by one, Crota slaughtered many Guardians. The light stood by and did nothing. And a great disaster ensued. In light, there is only death. Respite lies ahead.
You made it. We have heard your cries for help, and soon we will answer. Who are you? Don't you recognize us? We are not your friend. We are not your enemy. We are your salvation.
They are not our salvation. They're our destruction. This has been a manipulation from the very start. They know we're here. They know what we've found. The artifact you recovered may be tainted. After all, they wanted us to have it. But a treasure such as this is far too valuable to destroy. I must stay and study it with the utmost care. Whatever I discover, you will be the first to know. In the meantime, the nightmares continue to plague parts of our galaxy, leaving only suffering in their wake. If we ignore them, they fester and spread. How long before they reach the last city? How long before our friends become infected with this same torment? We will not let this come to pass. These nightmares must be kept at bay. Whatever it takes.
Crota, Oryx, Gaul. The list of those who have tried to strip us of our light goes on and on. But this new threat, they will be like nothing we've faced before. I've often wondered about the collapse, about how it might have been different had Guardians been there. But I don't have to wait for them to come back to have my answer. It's already standing right in front of me. They claim to be our salvation. No. We will be theirs.
Those things, our salvation, they drudge up our traumas, and for what? To distract us, destroy us. We've spent too much time looking backwards at tragedies beyond our control. Towards the collapse, the Red War. Cade. Enough. Our enemy lays themselves bare out of ego. But they underestimate the strength of Guardians. They want a fight. We will give it to them.
Zydron, the Vex Gate Lord who denied Guardians access to the Black Garden. The very place from which the Traveler's pain arose. The Pyramid uses Zydron's very presence as a reminder of the fear we faced when the Traveler's existence was threatened. Silence his nightmare.
We tore Zydron's head from his body. We'll defeat his nightmare all the same. Eris, we've put the nightmare of Zydron to rest.
The Pyramid's distractions prove weak, time and again. The next time will be no different. The Red Legion arrived and gifted us with a collective pain. The loss of our light. For a time, all Guardians knew my pain. Too many lost their lives. Those left standing will forever harbor the incurable guilt of survival. I left the city just before the war for reasons of my own. But I harbor that guilt all the same. Even simply a visit of Gaul is unacceptable. The Pyramid knows this. It feeds off this. Do not let it win.
Eris, that's another nightmare of Gaul down.
As long as the Pyramid continues to throw them at us, we will be here to beat them back. In the depths of the Prison of Elders, the Fanatic found his calling. The Fanatic was able to resurrect the dead. It's only fitting the pyramid would do the same for him.
Eris, we've downed another nightmare of the fanatic.
With every defeated nightmare, the pyramid grows weaker and we grow stronger. Fine work. Crota, son of Oryx. He considered himself a god and acted as such. His strength proved too much for my fire team and I. He and his brood took their lives and left me nearly dead. Crota threatened all we had left. The pyramid serves to do the same. It is no surprise Crota haunts us once again.
We threw sword logic in Crota's face and proved he wasn't a god after all. Let's take the Crota nightmare down. Eris, the nightmare of Crota is defeated.
The pyramid will find a way to bring him back yet again. We'll be ready.
Please! Leave me alone! No, wait. Don't leave. I need you.
Eris, we found something that we believe should be yours.
It's Sai's necklace. I'd recognize her craftsmanship anywhere. She's the one that taught me how to use a knife to carve beads. Perhaps I will take up carving again. Thank you. When she joined the fire team, Sai asked for only one thing. To be avenged. I wasn't able to do that for her, but you did. When you slew Omnigul, Sai, the real Sai, not this phantom, was at peace. Sai spoke little, except when giving toasts. Then none could silence her.
Luna, forever haunted by the Hive's vile corruption. But we will turn their wicked sins against them. Find Toland, Guardian. Let his shattered mind guide you.
The siren call of the Death Singers pervades the minds of those with little strength. Step beyond the threshold and display your power. The skull of the devoted belongs to you now. There is great power in it, should you find a path to wield it.
Have you heard the call of the death song? Do you remember its tune? Madness and decay and destruction of the flesh. Its terrible melody can be ours.
The song remains unbound. There are notes yet to steal, and bone yet to defile. Toland knows the way. His madness is your truth. Heed his warnings and know that your suffering will become your strength once the death song is yours to command.
Welcome once more to the edge of oblivion, hero. You have faced much, enough to impress the easily impressed. But the melody we seek to cage may be more than you can overcome.
Is that concern I hear in the old man's voice? Maybe his humanity isn't lost after all.
My concern extends only to all we gain to learn from what comes next. Succeed or fail, Guardian. Either way, new understandings will be gleaned from your courage. Beyond, the choir awaits. Quiet the aria before they shred your mind and rend your flesh. The song's embrace will be harsh, but remember, every note you endure will lead to the hive's undoing. Here, Guardian. I came to the moon with Eris and other lost warriors, not to end the nightmares, but to meet them, understand them. From that understanding, I expected to conquer their horrors and safeguard our past, present, and future. But the Hive are not simply waking terror. They are a dark mirror, a reflection of all we fear to face in ourselves. Crota, Oryx, the Worm Gods, the Ascendant Plane. They are so much more than enemies and the unknowable. They are teachers. The fear they sow, a lesson, a path toward an evolution. We must tear every instrument of death they wield from their hearts, minds, and hands, and remake them to inflict our will. The will of the light, the will of life. Are your ears bleeding yet? The last skull we need is just ahead. The pain of her song. Even removed from your plane, I can feel its reach. Silence her. The death song is yours to command. A new chorus to serenade your enemies with suffering. The final instrument is yours. Take the Death Singer's skull to Eris. Complete the weapon.
The deadly chorus of the Death Singer's call has been stolen and bound to your growing arsenal. Once more, you have proven yourself worthy to stand against the night. Let the death song protect you as it rends those who once cheered its wicked power.
Not long ago, we detected a massive burst of Vex activity on Io, inside the Pyramidion. We need eyes in that structure, Guardian. Let me...
We've discovered the cause of the Vex high alert. There's a Taken incursion in progress inside the Pyramidion.
Taken. Any sense of their objective?
Unclear for the moment. Stand by. There's a giant Vex sphere in this chamber. Like the ones on Nessus, but colossal. And there's a door leading inside. That could very well be the Taken's objective.
Their first major offensive since the Dreaming City. Get inside that sphere. We need to know what they're after.
Zavala, this whole sphere is a dedicated processing structure. A giant Vex computational array.
What could the Taken want with a Vex computer?
The Taken want nothing.
Eris. Eavesdropping, I see.
Don't bother guessing at the Taken's intentions. Ask instead what is sought by the hand that directs them.
This blight bears a signature that is eerily similar to those found in the Dreaming City.
Savathun extends her reach at last.
Savathun? What makes you so certain?
There's no certainty where the Witch Queen is concerned. But I have strong suspicions. Above all, she seeks knowledge to inform her plans, and seeks pawns to carry them out. The sphere offers both.
Taken influence is thicker down here. They're not trying to break in. They're infesting from the inside out. There must be some anchoring blight nearby. If we're really unlucky, a portal to an ascending realm. There. That must be the anchor. The Taken's route into the sphere. Destroy it. We killed the Taken commander and secured the central sphere. I think the Vex can handle the rest.
Savathun is gathering her strength, Zavala. If we hope to survive what's to come, we must prepare.
We defeated Oryx. If Savathun wants a fight, she'll get one.
She is not as foolhardy as her brother. She would never risk a direct confrontation. We will know her next move only when she makes it. And only if we're wise enough to recognize it.
They take us for fools. The artifact you brought back from the pyramid began emitting a signal, one that reaches deep into the Black Garden. Once again, we are beckoned into their trap. They expect us to follow the signal, to discover where it leads. Fine. We will play their games, but this time with caution, not curiosity.
Guardian down! Guardian down.
All this time, they've been closer than we even knew. First the pyramid on the moon. Now a team of Guardians finds remnants of their presence in the Black Garden. Upon this discovery, the artifact came to life. From it, we received another vile attempt at manipulation. They show us only what they want us to see, as if we're to act the part of puppets and nothing more. Any further communication they send, we must discard. The moment we let them turn our gaze from the truth is the moment we lose. Kingslayer. Continues. No! Vell, not again!
Eris? We found Vell Tarlowe's mark.
I can't believe it. Vell. He forged a link for every life he rescued. One of these is for me. Thank you for bringing this back. I did not want to ask Vell to join our fire team. I knew he would say yes, but he found out and volunteered. As a pilgrim guard, Vell had experience leading refugees through enemy territory, fighting only the battles he had to fight. He was subtle, for a Titan. Perhaps too subtle, when it mattered. Let us begin. They have no worms. How do they commune with the darkness? Do not mock me. Toland is not the only one capable of understanding the enemy. That is one of Toland's lost journals. I have never laid eyes upon it. He knew. He knew about this pyramid. He must have. And said nothing. Thank you for being here. For going where I couldn't. I should not miss Toland. His ruthless pursuit of knowledge led to his downfall. He is not even gone. His spirit lingers, buoyed by the ascendant plane. Toland. His spirit came to visit me here on the moon. He told me you saw him in the Dreaming City. His curiosity makes him predictable. I knew he could not resist a marvel, like the Queen's Eleusinia. Welcome, my friend. Fight continues. I tried to save him. I tried to save him. That is not Omar. Forgive me.
Eris, do you recognize this talisman?
Omar surely made this, though I have never seen it before. Perhaps he made it in captivity, hoping for rescue. No, that's not it. He knew his light was lost. This talisman was not for him. They meant for me to find it. Thank you, friend, for one last gift of luck. There was a moment in the pit where I perhaps could have saved Omar, or perhaps we both would have perished. I will never know. Omar offered to make me a talisman before we descended. I was young and foolish then, and thought I knew better than to believe in superstition. I am glad he did not listen to me. My friend. Truth in action. This isn't really Ariana. She herself said she didn't want to be remembered this way. I want to remember her the way she was. Before the disaster. Before the darkness.
Eris, when your strike team headed to the moon, did Ariana 3 carry the letters Wei Ning sent her?
Yes. To remind her of why we fought. Why we sought to bring about Crota's end. It was not simply vengeance. Ariana wanted no one to suffer, like she and Wei had suffered. That is how she should be remembered. Ever since our descent into the pit, when I thought upon my friends, I remembered only pain. These keepsakes have reminded me there was joy, too. So long as these treasures are here to remind me of my friends, these phantoms tend not hurt me.
For most of us, there are moments where our losses creep into our minds and overwhelm our senses. For Eris, that has been every second since those phantoms began haunting her. Sure, she's strong, more so than most, but even the strongest require allies in their darkest moments. That's been you. Through it all, you stood by her side, as a friend. That's something Eris hasn't had in a very long time. She never forgot how you took down Crota, and she'll never forget this. Neither will I.
The Hive are afraid. I can smell it. The remains of Crota's court, those who escaped your strength and my vengeance, have sequestered themselves below the surface. Their chants echo across the Ascendant Plane, and beyond it, to the realm from which the pyramids fly. You must descend into the moon's depths. Ensure that such an alliance never comes to pass. Your fire team delved into the moon's depths and disrupted their dark ritual. But there is still much we do not know. On what powers did the Hive seek to call? What does it have to do with the pyramid? And what do the Dread Queens Savathun and Xivu Arath think of this new shade of darkness? Stay vigilant. If my sight is true, the Hive will attempt this ritual again. You must be there to stop them.
The corruption of the worm clings to your boot.
You have faced the Hellmouth and lived.
The corruption of the worm clings to your boot. I can smell the hatred of the Hive upon you.
You have faced the Hellmouth and lived.